Hey daddy, hey, hey, hey daddy, hey, hey, hey daddy, hey, hey, hey daddy. Hi guys, it's your girl Beatrice.
It's Tammy.
And it's Sharon, and welcome back to another episode of the Uncut podcast.
Woo! Guys, as you can tell, with me singing that particular song, we have just come back, well, it's the day after the Usher concert. And yeah, we had a time.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Like, I think for me, I'm a massive R&B head. So like seeing him, and I'm deep in it, I actually haven't seen him before.
Yeah.
Like, even though obviously I play his music constantly, but I haven't seen him perform.
He's someone that doesn't tour often. Like the fact that he hasn't been to the UK and done a concert in 10 years speaks volumes.
Exactly. And for some, was he allowed?
Yeah.
He's always been allowed.
Yeah.
He was in Europe recently, like 2 years ago he was in Paris.
Yeah, he did Paris. He did a Paris
to
residency. He just didn't come to the UK. So that's why everybody was like, oh, do you hate the UK? And then that's when he now came and did.
But you know how you can still go, like, for example, Chris Brown obviously would always go Damn. So like, I don't know whether there was
Chris Brown was going to Damn at that time because he couldn't come to the UK.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I wasn't sure. Even though you're saying Usher went to a place in Europe, I wasn't sure whether maybe he also had something that actually stopped him from coming to the UK.
No, but I'm saying like, I think period, he just wasn't touring. I don't recall 5 years ago, how many years ago, saying that him being like, oh, I'm going on tour, or something like that. Like, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I just don't. I haven't heard of him doing like a world tour, because you know some artists, they'll be putting out albums and then they'll go on tour. That just doesn't.
Match the album. Yeah, so true.
So I just haven't really seen him do that until he went to Paris that time.
Yeah, very, very true. But yeah, it was really, really good seeing him. I feel like overall, my initial reflections, also go and ask the girls, like my initial reflections is that he covered everything that he needed to cover.
I think so, yeah.
I genuinely think so. I don't know what it was, but I was looking on Twitter beforehand, and I can't lie to you guys, before the concert, I wasn't really feeling it, you know? Like, I was tired, and also, like, I just didn't hear anything, like, crazy, like, oh my God, this was amazing, like, 10 out of 10. I was basically seeing people comment, like, oh, the set list is a bit weird. Like, I don't really understand the set list.
Yeah.
But nah, for me, he played all the bangers, the ones that people know, like, all the lyrics to, but also the ones that you wouldn't expect him. Like when he said, "If you
when he sang Little Freak," because on the way to the concert, I was playing his music in my car, and then not that Little Freak came up. But I was just thinking, like, okay, all of these are like the songs that everybody knows. Little Freak is a big song as well, but I don't know whether it was big in the UK.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
And I was like, I love that song.
The way Nicki as well came.
Hey.
Hey.
So, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't know whether he would perform that song because of the tap. Bro, when he started performing, I was like, nah, he's performing every song. It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was going to say on TikTok, because obviously a lot of like people's reviews of the show were going on, and people are not giving it like a good rating. I'm like, I don't really understand. Like, I think some people's problems with the show is that they had was that, you know, normally when you go to the O2, obviously the O2 is so big. So really and truly, you need screens to actually show what is going on.
Yeah.
And they felt that some of the stuff, it was like, you know, because
if you were level 4, I don't know what you would have been seeing.
Yeah, because you know what? It's like, normally you have the graphic, all the graphic stuff in the middle, but then you'll normally have a screen there and a screen there, just following him around and doing whatever he wants to do. But he didn't have those screens at all. He just had the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, and then I think that's what people felt a little bit disconnected.
That's actually very good.
It's a valid point.
Thing I know.
Yeah.
Because even the time where he was dancing to what song was it?
You Got It Bad?
No, it's an up tempo song, and he was dancing like coming out from the left hand side and dancing. Unless you were directly, you wouldn't be able to, like, that would be something that some people would want to see.
Yeah.
And if it's not on the screen, then you're not going to see what is going on. No, so yeah.
True.
So I think that's the only thing that I would say that I wish he had more screens to actually see what he was doing. But for me, it was still 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And you're right, actually, because even like when you see an artist like interact with a girl, you know, like for example, when you're like, you know, girls like dancing next to you, you will see that interaction and you will feel like, okay, this is a performance.
Yeah.
Because especially with Usher, where like he does a lot of like moves and dancing and stuff. Like obviously he's not always going to be singing 24/7. So sometimes like he will be dancing whilst the backing track is going.
Yeah.
And it's like you need to see like his face, see him do the moves to really feel like immersed into the whole performance.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was funny because as he was performing, like all I kept on thinking about was Chris Brown.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, all I kept thinking about was Chris Brown. And I was like, again, you're probably right. The screen thing probably does help the Chris Brown experience feel more immersive, because I felt like, definitely with Chris Brown, again, it could be, actually, to be fair, I love them both, but like, I just felt like with Chris Brown, even though he had a lot of dancing, but with the dancing, I didn't feel detached.
Yeah.
Like, I still very much felt like this was a performance,
Yeah.
and I'm in the song, I'm singing the lyrics, and I'm seeing him perform to the lyrics. Whereas when you don't hear his voice, and you just see Usher dancing, like you said, from far away, and maybe the camera's not picking up exactly what it needs to pick up, you feel a bit detached at certain moments. And you know, one thing that Tammy was saying that was so funny. So Tammy came in, maybe just like, she just missed the beginning part where it was Hey Daddy, and she made a comment like, oh, I'll go to the toilet when they do AI. That's all Tammy said. And then literally, like a couple of minutes later, it was a whole AI segment. Like, artists, let's relax with this AI. We understand you want to make something look cool and make something look futuristic. But all this AI back and forth,
Okay, Sharon, you go, because you have to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's another thing that I would have said. The screen thing, definitely, I noticed that like immediately, and maybe it's because I wasn't wearing my glasses, so maybe I was thinking, like extra detached, you know. But then the other thing I would say is like, I feel like there were too many breaks, like. And I get that obviously you need to have a break because the artist needs to go and change, or they need water, they need whatever. But I feel like you could have filled the gap with something else. And I understood it because he was trying to obviously do the whole journey of his music and his life and stuff. But like, it was, I don't know, it was just too much, man.
Really? I felt like the breaks were fine. Like, I think you're right in terms of like, maybe it doesn't just have to be screen, like as in like, it could be also like having someone come up on stage, or it could be dancing.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Breaks are fine, but I just feel like what he was using the break, like what he was filling the break with, it wasn't that engaging. Do you know what I mean? Then I just
go on, finish.
Sorry, I found that like usually when I go to like concerts and we have seats, nobody's sitting down, but then I find that like sometimes in the breaks that people would use that as an opportunity to sit down, or like they'll be talking and stuff. So I don't feel like it was that engaging. But what I did love is like the fact that he used that like stage that was just in front of us. I've never seen that before, like where people are like, where you can buy a ticket to be there, and then they have like, I've never seen that. I thought that was really cool.
What I would say is that I feel like if Usher was touring within the 10 years and had been coming to the UK,
You would know.
No, not even that. This concert, like, people would say that it was really good. Like, they wouldn't have all these reservations. It's the fact that you haven't been here in so long, and now you're now using it to now do my years of music, blah blah blah. When people just want to like, we just want to sit down and see you sing, see you dance. Like all this break, baby Usher, teen Usher.
The Zoom for me was too funny.
When I actually was listening to
y'all
it, I was
ain't
like,
putting on your camera.
No, it is.
Like,
it is cool.
I liked it, but it
is
just
cool.
wasn't the right amount. And maybe even sometimes, like you said, like the screen, even what they're showing, like the sound, like it wasn't, I felt like maybe again it could be where we were sitting, but I just felt detached a little bit.
I don't know. I feel like it was maybe just a bit too much. Because even with Chris Brown, like he did that same sort of concept. Obviously not with necessarily like but it was
like the thing with the 2004.
Yeah, like the timeline thing.
Yeah.
He had the exact same concept, but I feel like the way it was done, it was different.
It was Gen Z.
Yeah, it was more like, I don't know.
Too long.
Yeah. And
like going back and forth about girl and
Oh,
and then
boy.
the thing,
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think that's what it is. I think because at the end of the day, Usher is a grown man. Like, as in, is he not in his 40s, late 40s or 50s?
Yeah.
Like,
I think he's like late 40s.
Yeah, late 40s. So he's a seasoned artist. So I think he just wants people to 46. He wants people to, even then in the show, there was a point where he was like, you need to, I've been here for 30 years. Like, you need to put respect on my name. So I think that's why he was taking us through the journey and stuff like that. Like, I get it. But I think if you were an artist like Beyonce that comes every 2 to 3 years, we can do the interludes. We can have all the stuff. Yeah, because we know that you'll probably be back in the next 2 years. Yeah. We don't know when we're going to see you again. So the time that you're using to be changing and doing AI, can you come and perform another song, please?
Yeah, literally.
Do you know what I mean?
But he has so many bangers.
Yeah.
Wow, so many bangers. And yeah, like I said before, like some of the song choices, I was like, wow, I didn't actually think he was gonna
do it right.
Yeah.
Even some of the features. So he did Party and New Flame.
Oh my God, New Flame.
Too good.
And Craig David, that was a nice surprise.
Yes, Craig David.
Very
and
nice.
Craig David sounded amazing.
Yeah, he sounded so good.
Yeah,
but
so good.
Anyway, let me shut up.
Oh.
I was going to say something, but I wasn't sure if I was 100% correct. So let me just keep quiet.
Okay.
Okay. But even Usher as well sounded really good as well. So
man.
it was just a good good concept.
Nostalgia, has everyone says nostalgia, like in those type of...
No, it definitely was, because even though he performed, I think he performed a few new-ish.
But he actually did a lot
of the old.
Same. I actually thought that maybe, because when he first did a bit of like an old set, I thought maybe that was actually going to be it from the old stuff, but then he went back. I said, this guy's really good.
Yeah, and he did Pop Your Colour. He hasn't been doing it on the other shows. That was the first time he did it.
So good. I still can't get over the fact that
it was only released in Europe, right?
Europe.
Yeah. Like, no Americans know that song.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
But anyway, that was basically what happened at Usher. Before we go into the dilemma, guys, as usual, you know we like to give the announcement. So if you guys are watching, please, for the love of God, hit that subscribe button now. We are on the road to 100k, guys. I wanted to celebrate this 100k long, and now it's still here, but it's fine. It's not too late. Some of you guys, you've been commenting, oh my God, I've been watching and I didn't realize I wasn't subscribed. Change that today and make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you guys are listening on an audio platform, whether that be Spotify, whether that be Apple Podcasts, whether that be Amazon, make sure you guys click follow and follow us so that you can be notified whenever we post. And we tend to post on Mondays, and also we post a little something for you guys as well on Wednesdays. But if you want to see more on Wednesdays, we also drop an episode on Patreon, and that is £3.99 a month. It's not too much, guys. Show some love. And also, it is summer, so there's a load of stuff for you to guys catch up on. Keep it in the background. I've started to listen to podcasts again at work. I've been really enjoying that. So make sure you guys also head on to Patreon to add to that bank list of episodes to listen to. Cool. That's basically all the announcements, and let's just jump straight into the dilemma this week. Again, when I started reading this dilemma, I think I was on the phone to you. Yeah. I just saw one line. I don't really scan dilemmas like that anymore, but I just see one line. I said, that's the one I'm picking. It's you that's getting on this thing. So that's what we're going to go with today. So, am I the asshole for wanting to cut off a friend? Because after everything I've witnessed, I genuinely don't see how I wouldn't be. Let me give you the lowdown. I had this friend, let's call her X. She was fiercely private about her relationships, like ridiculously private. If you asked her if she was dating anyone, she would laugh it off with something like, it's not that deep, or we're just talking. For years and years, we've respected her privacy. We figured, hey, some people just like to keep things low key, right? But then a pattern started to emerge that we couldn't ignore. Every guy she wasn't dating, but definitely was, would somehow vanish off of the face of the earth. Hey, poof. Cutting off all of his friends, including us. We didn't think too much of it at first, just assumed it was a coincidence, maybe. But then one day, one of these so-called guys, let's call him Y, finally told us the truth. X had taken him to the side and convinced him to cut everyone off. His friends, his family, and us. She made him believe that their relationship had to be an ultra secret thing, special only to them. Meanwhile, she was juggling multiple guys at the same time.
Was she juggler?
And when she was done with them, she would simply ghost the guys and send them a long, cold, harsh voice note explaining all the reasons why they could never be together. The worst part, our friend Y has been hung up on her for over a whole year. And honestly, I get it. She's a very, very beautiful girl. She's very charming. And she has this way of making a person feel like they're the only one in the world until they aren't. So now I'm here, stuck in this tug of war. How could I not cut her off after this? After all the emotional manipulation and the secret games, the way she treats people like disposable toys, it's toxic. Am I being too harsh? Is it my place to even call her out? Or am I just another sucker falling for her charm? Now, you get the general gist of this dilemma.
I'm trying to understand what the problem is.
So the problem is, this friend that she has is somebody that is like, my relationship isn't like a topic of conversation amongst friends, right? But she has now found herself in a situation where she's dated a group of someone who is part of the group.
Got you.
But now, obviously, they've started to realise, they saw a pattern before, but they thought it was a one-off. But now they've realised that this friend is actually very emotionally manipulative with whoever she dates.
Yeah.
And she basically tells them to cut off their friends and family, that it's just about them. And basically it's like, okay, cool. How can I actually be your friend? Even though I'm not in a relationship with you, but how can I be your friend when I know that you are actually a terrible person when it comes to dating others? And I feel like this dilemma, when I read this, obviously this is even different, and it feels foreign to hear it because it's a girl.
Yeah.
But very much, we know damn right that if I switch the girl gender to a guy, this is ordinary stuff that happens 24/7, in the sense that guys will, to their friends, not really discuss what's going on in their dating life. Meanwhile, they have so many girls crying, wanting to commit sometimes, doing whatever with these girls, and obviously their friends are either none the wiser, or they just choose to be oblivious to it. So I guess this, obviously, the question she's asking is she being harsh for now deciding to end a friendship with somebody because of how badly they treat the people that they date? You think that's fair?
Yeah.
Expand.
Well, it's fair because you don't appreciate that about her character, and like if there's a character flaw in your friend that you feel like is not something that you would want to be associated with, I think it's fine to decide that you guys no longer want to be friends. I think as well in this situation it makes even more sense because the boy in question is also your friend. So like I understand why you would feel like, I don't like the way that I don't like the way you've treated the people that you dated, period. But you've also done this to like somebody who I hold dear and close. Like I don't want to be associated with you anymore. And I think it's not just a one-off thing. So it's not like you can just be like, oh, maybe she didn't know what she was really doing or what she was really saying, or maybe like it was maybe it was exaggerated by the guy or whatever, and that's not the real truth. But it's sounding like this is a repeat pattern and just part of her character. It's totally fine for you to say that you don't want to be friends with her anymore.
Yeah, fair. Tammy, what do you think?
Yeah, I can definitely relate to this dilemma, not in the sense of like being in exactly this position, but in terms of distancing myself from people based on how I've seen them treat other people. Yeah. Like the way that they like disregard people's feelings. And like, it only takes a second for you to do that to me. So I'd rather take a step back and just be your friend maybe from, you know, a mile away as opposed to a centimeter away. So I can definitely understand why somebody would be looking at someone sideways, especially if you're being emotionally manipulative. Like that's a trait that I don't rock with. So I can understand. And I don't know, maybe not exactly cut off, but like I said, maybe take
a step back and not be so like in the friendship. Yeah, I agree as well. I feel like it's always like a difficult balance between like wanting to cut someone off because you actually don't stand for something, and also wanting to be a point of correction for somebody. And maybe you can do both. But I'm just like, how does one person ever really learn if it's not the person that like if you feel like you're close enough to like get to that person, it should come from you. If you're just quick to cut them off, then who will correct the person? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like in those weird situations. So yeah, I find it a bit tricky to know.
I think you
like,
can do both. It doesn't have to.
So what you're like, you'll correct them and then say like, I have to distance myself as well.
You don't even necessarily say that you don't need to even announce that you're distancing yourself. I think like if you can just be wary, like, and you can like correct them. Yeah. And then, you know, like just maybe not speak to them as often. Yeah. And
like safeguard yourself basically.
Yeah, but also like I just don't necessarily, I don't know about you guys, but I've never told anybody, by the way, I'm cutting you off from today. Like if like I don't even really cut people off, but if
I did that the other day.
Oh, that would do it.
Well, that's good.
I wouldn't say necessarily cut it off, but Sharon, have you ever said to someone like, I can't lie to you, like our friendship now has changed, like after this point, I don't really see us being like friends like that anymore. Like that's basically like a cut off in the sense that
but I've never done that.
You never said that to someone?
No, I think like the people that I'm not as close with anymore, and maybe I've like subconsciously or consciously decided to like take a step back. I just do it like, but not all of a sudden. It's not like they're blocked or like whatever. Like of course they can reach out to me if they want to, but you know, it's just like maybe before I was being proactive and trying to be like, oh, we haven't seen each other in a while, let's meet up. Or like I'll call them and be like, oh, I haven't heard from this person in a while. Maybe I just do that less. And then after a while it's like, it becomes like months where we haven't spoken.
Yeah.
But it's not, I have never, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't, by the way, like obviously if you feel like you need to make a sudden and dramatic like exit, then absolutely do what you think is best for you. But I've just never had to find myself in that position. But the point I was saying is like, to your point about like, how can you be a point of correction, but also distance yourself? I think you can just correct them and then choose also to not be around them as often. But then they know that if they absolutely need you for something,
that
you're still around. But I was going to ask a question though. Do you guys consider like when you're like looking at your friends or I don't know, or like when you're choosing a friend or something like that, do you take note of like the way they treat their partners? Like, is that a reason why you would cut someone off for like, if you kept hearing something about like, say for example, me now, like apparently somebody, let's say I dated like one of your friends or something, and then that guy went to go and tell like one of your friends like, oh, you know, like in a relationship Sharon's like so hot-headed, like she's actually mad rude, like she goes like too far, like we'll be saying stuff about like people's parents and mums and all this kind of stuff. Would you, obviously I've never done that to you, you've never seen that side of me before, would you pull me to the side and tell me I'm hearing this, and also would you then consider, based on like what the men are saying that I'm doing that you've never witnessed, that you would
do you know why for me I would say it's tricky because I don't believe men in general, so
that's what I'm saying.
I think this is a bit tricky because you're saying
they be putting 20 on 10, honestly, and I don't like I don't know about that.
As you said men, I just went no.
Sounds like a lie to me, even though this is a hypothetical situation. Someone is lying there.
Yeah, literally, fact.
But my thing, in the moment, if somebody is telling me that, I would defend you in that moment. I'll be like, Sharon, the sweetest soul. Like, what? Well, no. Which Sharon? No, not this one. Maybe another Sharon. Not that one.
Right.
And then I would be like, oh, so-and-so said that you did this in the relationship. And then until maybe you double down and be like, yes, I did that. Then I'll be like, oh, I think you need to.
And that's why our head will be moving.
I think you need to reassess the current situation. But yeah, I think I wouldn't, like Beatrice said, I wouldn't believe them in that moment because I know the type of person that you are and I'm friends with you and I just couldn't imagine. And the thing is, sometimes when you know...
Sorry, I think a step back for myself. You know when you have to think...
Yeah, because sometimes, you know, like I said that, I've seen people, the way that they interact with other people. And then I now be like, oh, like, I don't really want to be that person's friend. But now, like, looking back on reflection, some of the stuff that I would see them doing to other people, subliminally, they've done it to me.
Yeah.
But maybe because of the type of person I am, that I'm quite thick-skinned, I don't really take things. I let things slide easily.
Yeah.
So then I'll now be looking back like, hey, wait, no, she actually did call me a bitch.
Yeah.
And she actually was like, she actually didn't return my text, or she didn't do this, but because you love someone and then like you're in a friendship with them or in a relationship with them, you're just prone to be like, oh, like you love them, so it is what it is. Like, and I'm the type of person, I let a lot of things slide. Like you have quite a few chances with me. Don't take that in the wrong way. I'm still quite strict. So I think sometimes upon reflection, you'll be like, oh yeah, like actually, they are a bit of a shitty person. Like they don't do stuff like this. They do this. You start looking at the list like, no, this is a person wrong. They do a lot of stuff. And then that's what I say. So upon reflection, that's why I was like, that situation, yes, it could happen, but I don't think it would. I wouldn't believe it at first because I'd be like, no, not that Sharon.
Do you know, I have a very different perspective, funny enough, actually.
Really? Tell us.
Like, go away. I think my initial thing, right, is one, like, as much as we can say we're close with Sharon, like, I just feel like genuinely, I understand how people can showcase different sides
100%.
When they're in different environments.
That's what I was going to say, because you guys have said that before.
Yeah, like
150%.
Yeah, for me, I've discovered things
there's
by myself.
sides that you don't know you have until one person brings it out.
Guy like this. Anyway.
You be a sweet soul.
Hey.
You now be thinking, sour soul. No, people can actually bring out the worst in you.
100%.
It's only the grace of God that will keep you grounded enough to remain, have some sanity.
Yep.
But some people can really push you off the cliff.
They can.
As in,
No, facts.
The emotions that you feel, especially if you're in a relationship with someone and they do you wrong or something they've done, like you'll be like, and then and even if maybe you know the term that they're using now is crash out. Even if you crash out, you now look back and like, cannot believe this person made me get to that point. Level. But it's possible. Yeah, it is. So yeah, like you said, that's a good point.
So I wouldn't like ever say like, oh no, she couldn't. But I wouldn't ever. To the person that's asking me, I'll never confirm anything with you.
That's what I said. You defend in the moment, and then you now go and do side quests.
Defend in the moment, but I also just be like, okay, you just shut your mouth and let's move. I'll go to the source. I mean, I always like to go straight to the source. But I think as well, like, I wouldn't use that as a way to judge you if that was like something that was actually the case that you were doing. I wouldn't judge you per se until. Especially if I haven't ever voiced my concern about it. You know, it's like, okay, cool. Someone's done something and it's like, okay, cool. I have an issue with it. Let me actually say something to them. Like, and I know that really, truly, this is not even something that they would even want for themselves. So I'll be like to them, like, okay, cool. Like, for example, with you, Sharon, I'll be like, okay, I can't lie to you. Apparently what you said, like, this person took it this way. And then you're like, oh, I can't lie. He pushed me to this edge, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, obviously, I know you don't want that to be a lasting impression in that situation. Like, let's try... like try to not get yourself to that situation again. If you keep doing it, then I'm taking that as a trait that you don't show me, but it's a trait you have.
But you know it as well. You know we talk about men and women. Like sometimes you need to hear the whole story. To understand why somebody would get to that point. You know, men, they'll just like to give you one line. Oh, Sharon did this. But you didn't and then you didn't say because you didn't give me the prequel. You only gave me the current season. Can I have the prequel? Because we're on the current season, you're not giving me what has happened before. Like, you're just telling me, oh, she did this, she did that. I'm like, okay, why? Like, I can't imagine her just acting out just based on nothing. It has to be a reaction to something. Those are the type of questions I'll be asking. And, you know, take it from there.
It's true. But yeah, I wouldn't use that against you. But I think I do think, though, if it was like something that you were repeating with intention, or like something that like, you know, like is now actually a trait that you have. Because like I said, you know how I just said now, like you mentioned that we discovered like certain parts of ourselves that maybe we didn't realize we had before. But if it was something that I like would say was maybe like very, very different to my natural state, if I continued that pattern, I would say that you should take that as my character trait. Like I would say it's wrong for you to ignore it.
You wouldn't now say it's out of character.
Just because I don't do it to you doesn't mean that it's still not within me.
But on that as well, I don't know whether I would now say that that's her character, or the person that she's with continuously brings out that side to her, and maybe that's a toxic situation that she now needs to get out of. Because there's some people, it's like you're only like the being angry. It's very natural to be angry. Like you'll get angry and stuff. But if you're with someone that makes you angry every single day, sorry. Why are we still in this situation? You need, like, obviously, anger, like I said, anger is a natural thing. You feel it one day, you feel it another day. But to be with someone that constantly makes you angry every single day, I don't know whether that is now your character or you being in that situation is bringing out the worst side of you. I wouldn't now say, oh, maybe we need to now go to anger management. That means I wouldn't now say that. I would say, oh, maybe the situation that you're in is bringing out the worst in you, and this situation is not good. So you need to get yourself out of it. And then if she now still has those angry traits and she's now using it to in other areas of life, that's when I'd be like, oh no, this is now
it's now actually entering. So that's what I mean.
I'd be like, oh, hold on. Maybe we do need to go into anger management.
Exactly. Very, very true. Interesting question.
Hopefully we answered your hypothetical quite good. Because you know we don't really do that. We don't really know.
I'll actually ask a question, in terms of people that don't like share information about their relationships. Like, what do you think about that? Like, would you find it weird if like your closest friend never told you anything about their relationship? Like, at all?
I feel like that was kind of the situation when you were in your relationship.
No, but not like... No. Not like that. Like,
okay, maybe I don't know if in your thing.
Yeah, but I don't mean about the negatives. I mean like somebody who like, even when they're dating someone, like I said, this person here is like in denial, like won't ever really like... Confirm anything. Like everything's always a mystery. Like you can't get... if you ask somebody a direct answer about, oh, you and so-and-so... it's always a like that sort of mystery. Would that have you mystery? No, but honestly, would that sort of thing have you thinking, what's going on with this?
A close friend,
a very close friend of yours?
I would think that was so weird. I would probably pull you up on it as well.
Really?
I'd be like, why are you denying the person? Is it that you're not like? I would just ask.
Yeah,
that's odd.
Would you think it's odd, Tammy?
I wouldn't think it's odd. I think I would just be like, what's going on? Because I don't know what space that person is in, whether they're just dating one person or dating multiple people, and they don't want to now be revealing all the people that they're dating at the same time. Me, I'm not a multiple dater. I don't think I can. I can't multitask like that. So for me, I think it would be weird. It would be weird for one of my friends to be telling me every single person that they're dating at that current point, unless we're now crossing the line.
It's like a question of like, you and Toby.
Yeah,
like,
and then it's always just like like leave that. But really and truly, like, they're actually dating.
Yeah. Maybe they're ashamed of the person that they're with.
That's why Sharon said, are you ashamed? Like, what's going on?
Maybe, no, some people are. Like, some people...
Oh, my God.
Some people are ashamed of the person.
To tell your actual, like, friends.
Mate, people are ashamed.
Swear.
Yes. Because...
Why?
Yeah.
Anyway, if I'm ashamed, I'm still gonna stand on it, because what the heck, like, even if you think he's a joke, I like him, so I'm dating him. So.
Yeah, I know, but like, sometimes I don't know how to say.
No,
like some people are ashamed because it's like,
I have a question.
To the public eye, maybe this person, it doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, but to you and then sometimes it's what people are ashamed to admit what they actually like.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And
those are the worst type of people.
Like they're ashamed to admit what they actually like.
Actually, do you think?
If I think I can think of some things if I have a bit more time.
No, some people are just genuinely ashamed of what they like.
What do you mean by what they like? You mean like in terms of like how they look
physically?
Physical. Like I feel like maybe it's not so much now, because hopefully everybody's grown. Like we've moved on from that. But like guys, especially when we're younger, they used to be like, I don't know, like they used to like a certain type of look or whatever, but it's like they would never like tell their boys. Like, do you know what I mean? Or like maybe they think that somebody's attractive, and then let's say the girl just pops up on like, I don't know, like on someone's screen, and they're like, oh my gosh, she's so ugly. Yeah. And in your head you're thinking, I think she's nice.
She's fine.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But like you see, sometimes you'll see, maybe not like in close proximity, but you'll see someone that like a celebrity or something, they'll be with like the baddest, as in the bad. Then there'll be a cheating scandal. They'll now bring out the person that they cheated with. Like, hold on.
What's the...
Like there's a stark difference. Stark difference. So I think sometimes people are ashamed of the person that they're dating, and some people are ashamed of the way that the person looks.
I think sometimes some people's friends are just very judgmental, because I've definitely seen it before where like some people have been nervous to tell like a certain group of friends, but then around another group of friends that are very accepting, they literally light up when they talk about the person.
That's actually very true.
So
but anyway, with this person, like we said, I thought that we've answered your dilemma in the sense that you can basically do both. Don't feel like you can't even correct the person, but if you feel like you need to distance them as well, go ahead and do that. Like it might need to be necessary in this case. But cool, that's a dilemma.
I've got a hot take.
Okay,
cool. My hot take is some of you are forcing this humility, humble. Oh, I'm so humble. You're not humble. You just don't have any money. Because the way some people switch up when they get money is crazy. Like in my head, it's like before, like it was always like, oh yes, we thank God. Humble, humility. And then when they have money now, it's like nobody can chat to them.
Sorry, but hold on. How can you be humble without money? I thought
you can still be humble about other things. You can still be...
okay, you're talking about you're humble in anything but money, and then you suddenly lose everything else. Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't even understand what you've just said.
Because basically you said that, like, first of all, you're humble, but you don't actually have money. Then when you get money, you're now not.
Okay, so like, let's just say that, like, before... I don't know how to explain it. It's not like they go around telling people they're humble, because that's obviously not humble. But like you can just see, like before, it was kind of like the way that they were living, or like the way they would speak to people. They would treat everyone with like kindness and respect, like everyone, no matter who they were. Like, and it just felt like if you met them and then you were to describe them, you'd be like, oh yeah, that person's like really humble. Not because like of like, I don't know, they have a lot of money and that you would never know, but just because of the way that they conduct themselves. Like they seem like a very humble person. You can also be like extremely beautiful and be humble. Like, do you know what I mean? Like there's some people who are like absolutely stunning, but then it's like they never rely on their looks for anything. Like they're kind of just, do you know what I mean? But then it's like whenever they get money now, like some people, when they get money now, it's like, the person that we thought that we knew, that they were speaking to everybody with respect. Oh yeah, da da da. It's like, now you can't chat to them. They've done a 180. Now you can't chat to them because sorry, like you're not on my level. Like you lot need to level up. Like you need to start a business. You need to do this, that, and the third. That's my hot take.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, money can switch up a nigga.
Oh, it's directed to a man.
Sorry. That's what I pictured in my head. Money can switch up anybody. Like
anyone, including women.
Absolutely.
Including women.
And actually, you know what? Both equally the same, because women can really, really switch up. Yeah. So yeah, I agree. I have no objection with that. That's not even. It's a hot take, but it's not unpopular. It's very popular. It's in like that one. You need to be weary of that. You're doing smile, shine with their teeth. Go and get one Mercedes C-Class now. We won't hear the
last. We won't hear words.
C-Class.
We won't hear words.
Hey, oh my.
Hear word again.
Brother, they get one key on finance now. One car on finance now. We have not heard.
We
have not heard the end of it.
We've not rested since. So.
Okay, cool. Well, sounds like it wasn't a hot take after all. Thank God. Okay, cool. So a couple of weeks ago, we read a thread that went viral on socials, and people have been asking us to do a part 2. So we're doing a part 2 today. As a reminder, the thread was describe your ex as a brand. Have you guys thought of any in the last?
No, sorry. The ones
just wiped that memory off my head.
Oh, the ones that people said, genius.
Yeah.
Really?
Genius.
I'm hearing it.
Genius.
Hopefully I've got those ones that you've covered, because there were so many. I literally I didn't have time to go through all of them.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the question is, describe your ex as a brand. Bro, because bro, what the heck was I doing there?
Oh,
shit.
Damn.
Every, because he's for everybody.
Boy. What you gonna say?
No, they're just so great. Like I wouldn't have thought of every.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Timu, because he was giving what I ordered versus what I got.
Oh, what? Someone was like Timu. What did they say? There was quite a few Timu ones.
There were a lot of Timu ones.
Quite a few Timu ones.
There were a lot of. Someone said Facebook Marketplace full of empty promises, weird messages, and a strange smell I can't explain.
Strange smell.
Hey, I've never bought anything on Facebook Marketplace, but I've heard mixed reviews. Sometimes it's like great, and then some people will be saying like, like some of these strange smells.
Yeah, we've bought and we've also sold. Like my mum put up some IKEA shelves, sold within like an hour.
It's
actually
quite good, especially, and I think it depends on the area that you live in.
Okay.
Maybe on our side, it's all right.
It's all right. Okay.
Maybe I don't know about anyone else, but yeah. And my dad bought like a chest of not chest of drawers, like a cabinet, like a side cabinet that you put in the living room.
Yeah.
Like you put all like your stuff. It was really good.
Yeah, you know, in my house when you enter and you see the big mirror, you know the stand that's like there.
Yeah,
that's from Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Apple, because he claims to always be updating, but nothing ever changes.
Oh.
Rolex, because boy, he's gonna roll back to his ex.
If I could sing that one.
Oh my. This one came up a lot as well. Victoria's Secret, because Victoria was his secret.
Hey!
Then a guy put the drugstore, because she made me want to do them.
Inject it.
Hey, he made me want to leave this planet, man.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Crocs, because he put it in everything that has holes.
Oh, that is a good one. Me as an avid Croc wearer. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Starbucks because he had no bucks, but he thought he was a star.
Hey.
You know what that's giving? Like, you know them rappers, like wannabe rappers.
Hey.
It's just like I'm gonna blow one day. I'm gonna blow one day, and it's like, well, you need to pay the studio for your studio time. You're like 18 hours behind.
Oh my gosh.
MTN because you always find him under every girl's comment section.
Oh, wait.
MTN, you know, the provider. So I guess they comment on a lot of like, maybe celebs. Like,
No, I saw MTN because I think their tagline or whatever is everywhere you go. So MTN because they follow me everywhere I go.
Oh. That's a good one as well.
Yeah.
There were 2 Uber ones, yes. I'll read them both. Uber because he gets around.
Ooh. Oh, that would do it.
Then there was another one. Uber because he's always ready to pick another request while we're still on a trip.
Oh!
Ciao.
Hi.
Maybelline because it was always Madeline. Ha. Oh. Maybe it's Madeline. Build a bear because I had to start building him from scratch.
Oh, yeah.
Nike because anyone can just do it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Somebody put, this is going to be the last one, I think. Hold on. Okay, let me do the last 2. Pampers because he was full of crap.
Oh, say again.
Pampers because he was full of crap. Then someone said, in response to our video, thrift is even generous. You know those China brands? Abibas, Neki, Pamu. Yeah, those kind of.
Oh, God. Kai.
Is the end of the thread.
Damn, no. People are so creative with that.
Yeah, very creative.
Damn.
Damn.
These exes, y'all.
Fam.
Roll safe.
Roll safe to y'all, man.
No, please don't even roll safe. Just roll.
roll away.
Just roll.
Literally.
Okay, we're moving on to Don't Get Me Started. And this is a segment where we ask a question on our Instagram story. So make sure you're following us on there if you're not doing so already. And the question we asked this week, what's the wildest thing your ex did after a breakup? Does anybody have any responses to that?
I plead the 5th.
Ooh, Sharon?
No, I don't have anything. It's more what they were doing during the situation. As well.
Just know some clothes I don't have again. Anyway, cool. So, like I said, what is the wildest thing your ex ever did to you after a breakup?
Yeah.
Date my best friend.
That is actually so crazy to me. People like obviously the boy, like whatever, like do you know what I mean? Like he can do whatever he wants to do, but as the best friend, that's so
slimy.
Insane, right?
He was in the hospital for 3 weeks, and when he came out, he still wanted me. Wait, sorry, let me start again. It's actually 2 parts. I'm the crazy ex. He cheated on me, so I destroyed his car and slow poisoned him. He was in the hospital for 3 weeks. When he came out, he still wanted me. What do you want, bro?
This is a listener of ours. Hey, Joe, please, I hope I don't meet you.
No, honestly, that's so
I hope I don't meet you. Please, hey, slow poison.
Slow poison is 3 weeks in hospital.
Hey, that's not slow. That's very medium paced.
No.
Slow at least 6 months. Hey, 3 weeks in hospital.
That's so
that is serious. So
let me read the question again. What's the wildest thing your ex did after a breakup? Wanted me to sell my puppy that he got me to get his money back for it.
Go away, man.
That's the
so
dog,
cruel.
man. Not the dog. Hey, that's one thing, yeah. Obviously, I can't lie, I'm not a pet person. But one thing I can empathize is when a couple have got a dog and now the dog is now dealing with 2 single parents. More. And the way they'll be saying, you have the dog on this day and then I have the dog on that day. I'm like, God damn, really? There's a lot of emotional warfare on this doggo. This well, doggy.
Doggy. He cut my name in his arm because I found out he cheated. I changed my name after.
This girl changed her name.
No, but are you deep in that he cut her name in?
Yeah, it's like to prove to you that I love you. I'm gonna call my name.
Oh my
Please,
God.
if your name is something like Beatrice, where it's
Hey!
like
7 letters.
Your face.
just do me. Just do me and just do Tammy with an I.
Make it short.
Sure.
Damn.
Yeah. Lied that he had a few months to live because of cancer. He wanted to get back together.
Whoa.
The way people lie about having cancer, that's not a good thing,
that
bro.
one is communal.
People lie about cancer all
Let's
the
not
time.
even mention the person that, you know that
artist.
Bye-bye, why you being a Anyway.
Why you being a pagan? Don't you know
that your daughter's amazing?
Hey,
Hey.
glad to hear you're better.
Hey.
I'm so dumb for that. What the hell?
Sorry, I was just... Oh, you know we break into songs sometimes.
Hey.
Yeah, man.
I can't
Okay,
lie, that
cool.
song was a banger.
Fam?
Ah, it's a tune though.
Hey.
And then what's the 6 a.m. one?
Oh my God, what's the 6 a.m. song? Oh, get it out, Sharon.
Yeah, let me find it.
You don't know. You don't know. No, that's not a song.
Me, I like the one.
Sing up when there's on the...
Yeah, that sounds like it.
You don't know.
NSG.
Yeah.
No, I like Yo Darling featuring
Oh,
NSG.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Got a membership at the gym I go to.
Okay.
He never worked out when we were together though.
God damn.
Put me on a 3-way with my African mother and cursed me out while she was on the phone.
Whoa, what the heck?
Let me read the question again. What's the wildest thing your ex did after your breakup? Came to my house and begged my mum for my hand in marriage.
You
After a breakup.
You have to be crazy.
People are crazy. Damn.
Posted himself throwing away a gift I gave him on Snapchat. This was back when there was no such thing as a private story.
So what, he sat on a tripod and then started throwing all his stuff and
That
posted.
is so funny.
What the heck?
Started dating my sister.
Oh gosh.
Damn, people are wicked.
No, honestly.
Would do frequent check-ins. For your information, I'm married and pregnant. Together for 4 years, married for 2. So there's, you know, that one lingering ex that will never let you go.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm married and I have a U in my stomach.
Literally.
I've moved on. There's no open again.
I swear.
There's no circle back.
Way. Guys are audacious, man. That's one thing about them. I'm
Audacious.
gonna give it to them.
Told everyone I was gay with my best friend as a justification for him cheating on me. No, I am not. But now I have the best fiance, and he is on and off with the girl he cheated on me with.
Hold on. Who's on and off with the...
Okay, so he was telling everybody that his current girlfriend was gay with her own best friend.
Yeah.
But she has now moved on and got a fiance.
Yeah.
But he is still on and off again with the girl that he cheated on her with.
And like he said that like his justification for cheating with this girl was that, oh yeah, but she's actually gay.
With her best friend.
Please, man.
Let me read the question again. What's the wildest thing your ex did after a breakup? Got engaged.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Put a tracker on my car.
That's so scary.
That's so scary.
Dated my homegirl, moved in together, and broke up because he called my name during sex.
Ouch. Ouch. Guys, have you ever...
No. I already know what the question's going to be. But go on.
Have you ever, like, caught yourself calling a guy maybe, like, a different guy's name? Not, like, in any act. Like, I mean, like, even just, like, having a conversation. Like, you know where you're used to talking to somebody, like, frequently, and then you accidentally, like, about to say someone's name, and then you have to, like, style it out? Have you ever done that? Have you ever been in that situation?
No, I've never been in that situation. What about you?
I have very often.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, very often. I feel like it's natural, though. Like,
I can understand how it can happen, but it's just never happened to me.
No. Oh, wow. Sometimes I do that, even like girls, like sometimes like whoever, like I can sometimes just be like, oh, I want to just say like, oh, stop And then I'm like, oh wait, that's not you. Like,
I do that all the time.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean about mistakenly.
Yeah, but I've never done that with a guy actually.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Ask
You know what kills me? The fact that your mouth is quivering. I'm even trying to adjust. I'm trying to work out what you're gonna even say something like.
Asked me to come suck his while he was in hospital. While he had a girl come over from Africa waiting for him at home. She didn't suck.
Hey!
It as well.
Hey! That's insane.
Tried to kill my dog.
No.
Oh, that's bad now. Like I said, leave the dogs alone.
This one, yeah. Slept with 3 girls and got them pregnant as to prove he is not gay. 5 years later, he's married to a man.
Hey! Hey!
So after all of that,
Guys, be yourself.
No,
do you know what I mean?
Be yourself.
At this point, now you got 4 families. What the heck is going on?
Bro.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Called over 100 times in one night. Broke into my house on my birthday. The worst 24 hours ever.
No.
Hey! That's giving that film. What's that worst thing your ex? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Worst ex ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
On Netflix.
Yeah. God damn. What?
He was telling everyone I was infertile because I didn't get pregnant for him when we were together.
Guys are
Can you
wicked.
imagine?
They're so wicked, like.
And I don't know if you saw the
so
recent
wicked.
stat where it was like 30% of infertility now have been linked to men's health.
Oh,
which is quite high.
Yeah.
wow.
Another thing I actually saw was that actually the embryonic sac is actually, I don't know the science behind it, but like it's determined by the man's health. So whatever, I don't know the science behind it, but apparently like before you're trying to get pregnant, the man should also be healthy. And actually, apparently, there's a percentage of miscarriages that are related to the man's health as well.
Wow.
Yeah, I just wanted to actually make sure that I was 100% right. And I've just seen, 30% of infertility cases, the sole cause is attributed to a male factor. While an additional 30 to 40% of cases, male factors contribute alongside female factors.
Wow.
So 30% is sole cause.
Solely just men.
Solely just the man.
The man.
Kai! It as well.
Okay, last 2. Stole £3,000 pounds from me, then lied about being in a car crash.
Gone.
And last one. Got another colleague in our workplace pregnant 6 months later after he said he didn't want kids.
Oh,
Of course.
And that was the end of Don't Get Me Started.
it is well.
These
I feel
exes
like
be
that-
wilding.
Yeah, they be wilding. Sorry. Sometimes I also feel like this, maybe this is a hot take. I don't know what it is. But you know when it's like when you say something and it's like, but can we just make it clear that the for you or to you is silent? Like let's stand on business. Like if you actually feel like it's
But
for
you-
that person, say it's because it's you. Why are you disguising it as this is who I am? Like, for example, you have a conversation with someone like, I'm not ready for a relationship. Honey, just say I'm not ready for a relationship with you. That's not offensive. That is literally saying the point, the actual fact of the statement. I understand sometimes you actually don't even know whether, I'm sure people will say that's the reason, but they don't actually know that maybe they're not ready for, they are ready for a relationship until they meet someone else. But more time, people like to disguise things and forget the with you or to you is silent.
Yeah.
And I feel like people need to stand on business and just say, yes, it's you. That's like, I'm thinking about you solely. I'm not thinking about my general life. Like if you were to ask me like, okay, but like if you were gonna date someone else, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like just stand on business.
Yeah.
That's something I feel like people like disguise a lot.
Yeah.
When they don't want to really tell you the truth about something.
Yeah, 100%.
But anyway, let's wrap up with the song of the week. So each week we add songs to our playlist, which is available on Spotify and it's available on Apple Music and YouTube for those who don't have either platforms. And the theme this week, guys, you're going to help me out. What's the theme again? Is it the
songs from movies or shows or like maybe theatre performances, etc., etc.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is the theme. So girls, what do you want to add to the playlist this week?
Should I go?
Sorry, yeah, you go first.
Yeah, I mentioned this in the episode with Shay, but the album The Lion King, The Gift that Beyonce did was such a good album. Like I even think it's like very underrated because some of the songs here are quite good. So I'm gonna add My Power. They'll never take my power, my power, my power. I'm gonna add Already with Beyonce and Shatta Wale.
Oh my God, tune.
Yeah, I know, right? And then I'm also gonna add Burna Boy, Jara, and then I'll also add Tiwa Savage and Mr. Easy, Keys to the Kingdom.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I was just trying to double check if this is definitely from a movie. I think it is anyway. I'm going to add Trevor Jackson, Like We Grown.
Okay.
And then I think there was another song from that show as well. Actually, no, just that one, Like We Grown.
Is that from a song?
I think it's from that Disney Channel movie that he's in with Zendaya. But I just can't remember the name of it now.
Okay. I'm just going to do a classic, which is Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, which is from the film The Bodyguard. And let me think, is there another one that I can add? I know this is, I don't know what the movie is, but it's a Joe song. I want to know what turns you on.
I don't know what movie that would be from.
Yeah, no, it's from a movie. I can see that it says it's from a movie soundtrack, but I don't know, it doesn't say what movie it is. But I'm going to get away with that one. So that's the song I'm going to add to the playlist. So, yeah, those are songs we've added to the playlist. Guys, please help us out with this playlist as well. Add all the suggestions that you'd want to add to it. And we'll obviously make sure we have a look in time for our next recording. But, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Like I said at the beginning, please, if you're watching, hit the subscribe button. If you're listening, hit that follow button. And as always, we will see you guys next week.
Bye.